I remember when I first started wildlife photography, and at locations, like all people had this weird thing on their tripod, and I decided to get one of those. I have never looked back since. And for those of you who don't know, this is a gimbal head. And it's a very common head for wildlife and sports photographers because you have the ability to move the camera vertically and horizontally very quick. And if it's balanced correctly, you can let go of the camera at any direction and it will stay there. So there's no need to like unlock and lock every time you need to move the camera around. So a gimbal head is very good for wildlife photography. So Sirui has released a new tripod kit for us wildlife photographers. And this is what we're taking a look at in this video. So what I personally want in a tripod for wildlife photography is lightweight, stability, and adjustability, if that is a word. And I think this tripod checks all three. This is considered a lightweight tripod with its 1.8 kilograms for what it is. It feels very stable and robust, and it can hold up to 22 kilos, which is pretty much. Ooh, it's a bird. We had a little short photography break. It can hold up to 22 kilograms, and I think none of us are going to max that capacity, but it kind of says a lot about the stability of the tripod. With the gimbal head on, it weighs in at 2.7 kilograms. And that might sound a lot, but if this tripod would be made out of something other than carbon fiber, this would easily weigh up like 5 kilograms or something. And in wildlife photography, the lenses and camera gear you need to bring is super heavy already. So saving those grams on the tripod is very important. So the carbon fiber legs are thick, which is really good for stability. And it's a 3-section leg design, which makes it really quick and easy to fold out the legs fully. And I'm personally a big fan of these twist locks. And what I really like about these twist knobs is that the size of them, they are pretty big. So you can use gloves, which I use like 60% of the time. And half a turn on these will unlock them, and just half a turn will lock them. It's really quick and easy, which I'm a big fan of. So that big thumbs up to Sirui for doing this. These blue semi-auto leg angle selectors, they give you 3 different leg positions, which is really good for the adjustability. And you simply open them up like this and they lock, and you can just tilt, bam, and it snaps. And then when you pull it back, you have these 3 selections. And most of the times these 3 sections are enough, because you can, if you want to, set them like this and have them like in between a selected area, so you're not bound to use the 3 different selections. So on another tripod I have, you have to press here in the same time as you like drag them up, and sometimes it's pretty heavy to do that. So I prefer this, when you can just open it up, you can grab it down here and change it. It goes back automatically. So I guess that's why they call it semi-automatic. But there is a way to make this tripod even more flexible. And this is my favorite feature of this tripod. So this mounting plate right here is exchangeable. You can change it either to a 75mm half shell to use it with a fluid video head if you want that really precision, smooth pannings in videography. Or you can change it to a extended center column for extra height when you're out shooting. Or when you're sitting at a fixed spot, like a hide for example, where you want to adjust the height of the camera without adjusting the leg positions. This thing is tall. It's 179 centimeters tall with the center column on. And if you have the gimbal head on, it's even taller than that. Because they include all of these options in the kit, which is so nice to see, because nowadays it feels like that's not really common in companies. They send you half a tripod and you have to build it yourself. This is not the case here, and 2 thumbs up for that. And with this mounting plate, you have a hook right here that you can use to hang your bag or anything for extra stability, or to get the bag above the ground if it's wet. One little handy thing about this thing is that you can just unscrew the hook and use this as a tool to unmount and mount the different tripod plates. And the tripod has a bubble leveler, or what do you call it, which is really handy when you want to make sure the tripod is leveled right. It comes with two different legs. These are kind of rubber legs, which I personally use 99% of the time when I'm out. And it works really well inside because they're not slippery. And they send you spike feet. You can just unscrew these and mount the spike feet on. Personally, I prefer the ones on my other tripod from Sirui. You kind of twist the feet and there's a spike like moving in and out inside of the rubber feet. I personally prefer that because you don't have to carry around like stuff. But these spike feet are much larger, so I guess in really wintry conditions these kind of spike feet are better. But I personally prefer that, and I personally use the rubber feet like all the time. So this is the PH10 gimbal head. It's very small and compact. I really like the feel of the gimbal head. The pannings you can do with it is really nice. It's very easy to move. It's not really much of a resistance. I don't know if you can get a feeling for it, how it kind of slows down. And yeah, it's super nice to use actually. So why would you want to use a gimbal head? So my main reason for using it is if I have a perched bird on like an owl, sitting in a tree on a branch, and I know he's been sitting for 15 minutes, I can just simply have the camera pointed, because I'm probably waiting for it to make its next move, maybe fly somewhere else, and I want to get a flying shot. Then I don't have to lock the tripod, and then when he flies I have to unlock and shoot, because you don't have time for that. Having the camera pointed, and then you can simply just recompose the shot. So when you get used to it, it's an incredible feature to have with a large lens like this, because this is kind of weightless. You don't have to carry anything, and I think that's the main reason, at least for me. So I have a link down in the description where you can read more about this tripod kit. Well, I think it's time for me to, before I go home, have a warm cup of coffee inside the tent. Because there's nothing better in life than coffee. So I guess I'll see you in the next video. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate it. So until next time, have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.